Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. I hope that you'll stick around if you're new, if you like what you see or hear. I decided I wanted to do another lore video, but this time it'll be about an AU, or alternate universe. I've been brainstorming for a bit. This AU revolves around original characters, and I say that in quotes because there is real life inspiration. I created a brand new look for my Sona for this specifically, and this design should only be used here and nowhere else, because it doesn't really align with how I see myself now or even how I look. I mean, my regular original Sona doesn't either, but you know what I mean. This takes place in 2005 and revolves around the doomed relationship between Mav and Vincent. Mav is much more of a scene kid in this AU and has grown out her hair, and she keeps it down. She works at Hot Topic, where they sometimes put up flyers for local shows. She's gone to a few here and there, but they've never really stuck out to her. She was more into well-known bands, with one or two niche ones thrown in. The current flyer that hung up in the break room was for Vincent's band, which I'm sorry, I don't have a name for yet. I'm so sorry. And Mav decided she'd go because why not, right? When she arrives at the venue, the room was very small. I mean, not too small, but it would get kind of crowded if there were a bunch of people in. It was a humble crowd. It wasn't too small, it wasn't too big. She was able to get a place in the middle of the room and had a great view of the stage. Personally, I've never gotten this lucky, but have you ever been lucky? Have you ever gotten a good spot or a good view? Anyways, the band comes on, blah blah blah, you know the drill. But Mav thinks the lead singer and guitarist is so fucking hot. I won't lie, he is based on one of my types. Obviously not my main, I like them bigger. Vincent is pretty skinny and looks like he's about to die. Anyways, they make eye contact and he winks at her. That's the beginning of the end, basically. Vincent isn't cut out to be anyone's partner, but he gives Mav a chance. You know, why not? You know, we could just traumatize her a little bit. It's mostly just hooking up at first, but Mav can't help getting attached. If he's down, then she's gonna be dragged down with him. I don't think there's one positive thing about the relationship. I didn't come up with this because I'm a sad boy, don't hit me up, only real ones know type person. I just think it's realistic. Vincent cares more about his music and has a problem with isolating himself. He has a smoking and self-harm addiction, and he passes smoking to Mav. Mav already has a problem with self-harm, and to say they bond over it is an understatement. By the way, guys, I used to have a problem, so I'm not trying to sexualize or romanticize this, because I was literally in a relationship where it was a huge fucking problem for me. I don't think they really make each other better, like, no shit. Mav tries to help him. She thinks spending time together can help him with isolation, but no. At least Vincent has the heart to take her to shows, though, am I right? They both like Blur, Radiohead, Nine Inch Nails, Stone Temple Pilots, just to name a few. Music is basically what keeps them together, even if it doesn't last long. I say the relationship lasts a year. I don't really know. I didn't want to make it too long. I feel like a year might even be a little bit too long. I was teetering on like 12. I almost said 12 months. Hey guys, that's a year. I meant to say 6, which is half of 12, so there's where my confusion came in. But yeah, a year is way longer than even Mav herself thought he'd stick around. Another thing Vincent does is invite Mav to practices. She appreciates this and loves seeing the band in their raw form. She's even in a few pics on their MySpace. It's really hard to put what I'm visualizing into words, but I think if I draw them more, I'll be able to tell their story better. I don't have any motivation to draw them anymore. I kind of milked this. I thought it would be something bigger. I really want to draw I want to draw my self-ship. I'm sorry, this is really not that. It's really not. This is not a self-ship at all. They really don't do shit, like, genuinely, but they lay around, smoke, and indulge in anything music-related. They're toxic, they both make their self-harm problem worse, and Vincent physically can't love her romantically. Everything they do is rough around the edges. Personality-wise, Vincent has a good sense of humor, but he's monotone. All his emotions pour out into writing lyrics and singing them. It's hard for him to connect with others, and he prefers to be alone. As we stated before, he has an isolation problem. Mav is the opposite. She's like one of the girls in Millionaires, genuinely. Talk shit, get hit. She's super friendly and has the average personality of every scene queen at the time. Like, she's not original. These two do not go together, but by God, do they look hot next to each other. That's all I could really think of off the top of my head, but I hope to explore their dynamic more through art. If you want to draw them, you can. Send it to my Instagram. All the art that I'm probably showing is posted. So if you need a reference, those are there. But if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe if you enjoy. And I'll see you in the next video.